Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Moriarty and this is Moriarty's Universe, and today we're going to do my December wrap up. So we have survived 2020. It is now the 1st of January 2021. I'm ready for this new year. And what better way to talk about the new year than to go through some of the books that I finished a day and a half ago. So my reading goal for 2020 was 40 books. I completed that with 42. And I also read the most pages this year out of any of my other years. So that was really cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the books that I read. So the first book that I finished in December was Girls Like Us by Christina Alger. I gave it 4.5 stars. I actually have a full, in-depth review on my sister channel, Art Goes Boom. I actually did it as a buddy read with my best friend, Diana. So I will put the link down below if you're interested in more about that. But a quick synopsis. There's a detective who has an estranged relationship with her father. He passes away, and he goes to take care of the body and the other pieces, gets wrapped up in the mystery that he was trying to solve, finds out that the father's death was actually foul play, and proceeds to do kind of like a race against time to get it solved before the evidence disappears or people catch on. It started off really, really slow, but once it got its momentum, it was off like a rocket. 4.5 stars. I loved it. Next book on my list is Silent Night by R.L. Stine. It is actually a spooky Christmas book, which is why I picked it up. It's part of the Fear Street series. I gave it a 2 out of 5. I just think I'm out of the demographic for R.L. Stine. I think I'm getting too old for the way that the characters act and portray. The main character in this novel, which I fucking can't even remember the name of, she just annoyed the shit out of me to where I was excited to see what not good things were going to happen to her. I cared more about the spookiness of the story than I actually did about the main character surviving, which I feel like isn't something that should happen. But I don't know. Maybe he wrote it that way. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. And I've tried a few other R.L. Stine books now that I'm an adult, and they're just not for me either. I think it's time to give up R.L. Stine and continue forward. So the next book on my list is All My Friends Are Ghosts by S.M. Vidari. It is a graphic novel, and it's about a girl named Ellie who isn't really getting along with her friends. She's being teased, ridiculed. She is kind of like an outsider, and her family is just like, oh, why can't you be normal? You know, the usual. So she ends up in the woods, and inside the woods, she finds out that there is a ghost academy. So she starts hanging out with the ghosts, and the ghosts start talking about, lost souls, and she starts to take classes with the ghosts. It's really, really cool. But through her ghost journey, she realizes that a lot of the kids are just like her, lost, lonely, and she just not necessarily needs to try harder, but she should see things from other people's point of view, which I think was interesting. Also, I really liked the ghost characters. All of them were super adorable. I loved the art. The story was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I can't wait to read some more of their stuff. So the next book on my list is Princess in Black. This is the second Princess in Black novel I have read. It is a middle grade, children's book. It's super short, super adorable. It's about a princess who, has her castle next to this giant hole where monsters come out. So sometimes she has to be the Princess in Black, who is a masked avenger, and beat off the monsters before they take over the kingdom. I think this might have been the first novel because it talks a lot about why she became the Princess in Black and stuff like that. I read another one, but I think that one was later and this one was earlier. Got a problem with the horse. So her horse, because she's Princess in Black, her horse is named Blackie. It didn't sit right with me. I know it's a children's book. I know I'm probably thinking about it too much. But as a black woman, reading She Rode Blackie into the Sunset is a problem. So setting that aside, I gave it 3 stars. It's written by Shannon and Dean Hale. I do not remember Blackie in the other novel that I read, so either he wasn't there or they figured it out and stopped calling him that, because that would be really nice. Next novel on my list is manga, and it's one of the first ones I read in a long time. It's been a really long time since I've read some manga. And it's My Hero Academia. I was on the rabbit hole of YouTube, and I came across A Hero 2, and instantly, like, fell in love. And everybody knows My Hero Academia. It's not like it's not mainstream, but I hadn't watched it before, and I was like, I want to get into the story. I think it's cute that all these people have, like, quirks, and he's, like, trying to deal with how to fix it, and get to it, and he's so adorable. Like, main character, love him. Can I remember his name right now? No. Do I remember? No. Okay. I think Izuku is super adorable. I am excited to see the next steps and what happens now that he's gotten his quirk and is starting to get used to it. All of the characters are super adorable, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I gave it 4 stars, and My Hero Academia is put out by Kohei Horikoshi. I hope I said that right. Next book on my list is a graphic novel. It is Lumberjanes Volume 2. If you have not read Lumberjanes, you need to. It's feminist AF, it's hilarious AF, it's queer friendly. Like, Lumberjanes is everything. It's basically about a camp of girls, and they are just, like, always getting into supernatural trouble. It's adorable, queer friendly, like, love it. Done by Noelle Stevenson, Grace Ellis, and illustrated by Brooke A. Allen. Loved it. Gave it 5 stars. I loved it almost as much as I loved the first one I read. Can't wait for volume 3. I just love everything that Noelle Stevenson writes, and this is no exception. Next novel is also a graphic novel, Cardboard Kingdom by Chad Sell. This is about a neighborhood full of kids doing LARPing, live action role playing. Super cute, super adorable. Like, they all have their, like, alter egos, and they build their costumes, and, like, there's a bully who just wants to, like, join in on the fun, and they let him because they're sweet. It is queer friendly. It is super diverse. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Second to last book on our list is Dragon Breath number 7. When Fairies Go Bad by Ursula Vernon. If you go back to December year before last, because I was still at Giuseppe's. Year before last, I had just discovered the Dragon Breath series and absolutely fucking fell in love. So if you don't know, or you're not going to go back, Dragon Breath is about a little dragon named Danny Dragon Breath, and he goes to school with other reptiles, and nobody believes that Danny is a dragon. And Danny is a dragon, a mythical creature. So his family is full of other magical, mystical creatures that meet other supernatural creatures, and they go on adventures. So in this novel, some fairies cropped up in the yard, and the mom was, like, doing yard work and broke the circle, so she was kidnapped by the fairy king. So Danny, I'm trying to remember when. I want to say his name is Wendell the iguana. Danny, Wendell, and their friend Christiana, who is, like, a know-it-all and very, like, logical, go into the land of the fairies to save their mom. Super adorable, very fantastical, the whole thing. I gave that one 5 stars. It is done by Ursula Vernon, and I didn't know that she wrote other books, but my next book is also by Ursula Vernon, and it is Harriet the Invincible. It is number 1 in the Hamster Princess series. Harriet Rathbone, Princess Harriet Rathbone is amazing. So it's basically a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but like flipped on its face. So she doesn't fall asleep, but she is cursed. She defeats the wicked fairy, but everything goes backwards. In order to save her country and her men, she has to go find a prince willing to kiss all of the people that have fallen asleep. So basically this wicked fairy shows up and curses Harriet. And she's like, well, I can't die because I have to stay alive for the curse. So Harriet is invincible. So she tackles ogres. She goes and saves princesses. She does all the things that a princess is not supposed to do. Love it. So feminist. Oh, you guys, so adorable, feminist AF, loved it. The illustrations are everything. In love with Heidi the Hydra. Like, she rides a quail named Mumfrey. Like, she's taking down ogres. She's making them be vegan. Like, she was everything. The story was great. The art was adorable. I chuckled and laughed at the entire novel. I can't wait to read number 2. Loved it. So all in all, December, I read 9 novels. I completed my reading goal by 2 books. And I am so excited for what 2021 is going to bring and what novels are going to come out and what I'm going to read. I still am not going to do TBRs because I did that end of the year TBR and read like 2 books off of it. Literally the worst. I just am not one for TBR, so I'm just going to continue to read for enjoyment and share with you guys what I read, and hopefully you'll stick around for the ride. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble about novels that you're probably not going to read, and I will see you guys in the new year. Yay, we made it, guys. 2020 is over. 2020 is over. Over. 2020 is over. And I'll see you guys next time. Once again, I'm Moriarty. This is Moriarty's Universe. Bye.